Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from somewhere in this world, and we're back to continue our playthrough of Empire Total War featuring Darthmod in the 40 unit save version. And we kind of made our good headway into Persia. We've cleared out the area around the port, and I think it's time to move on to the capital and finish the job in Persia. One thing we will do is see about continuing some replenishment here after our battles. And that's looking good, and we'll just get a move on and keep moving. And there we go. Hopefully, well, with that pace, hopefully we'll be able to get here next turn. It might take us a couple. We'll just see. It depends on the condition of the roads, I guess. Now there's some other things. I have a few notes I put down in front of me of things we got to get done. So hopefully we can get through those fairly quick, because the main goal right now is to get down here on the map to Mysore. Now that we've knocked out or control most of India, the last one that we need to take control of is down here in Mysore. So that's where we'll be headed. To do that, we need to be able to move some armies out of some places like Punjab. Let's go see. Actually, we're in pretty good shape here. Now that I double check and look up, we can move all the armies out of there, but to be able to move armies over here, maybe we can give ourselves a little extra help. And one of those ways to get a little extra help, it's over here somewhere. There it is, this school, this college town right here. I don't think, if we scroll over here, yeah, there's nothing even being studied there. So this college needs to be torn down. Tear down that college. And next turn we'll see if we can't build it up somewhere else. We already got a chapter school or church school over here, so we'll see what else we can build up there. As a matter of fact, why don't we upgrade the church school to help with our conversion? We got plenty of funds right now to work with. The other place where we're having a fair amount of troops being held up is here, and we're going to dismantle this school here. Now this school does have some research going on in here, but we can move that research somewhere else. So let's demolish this school. Oh, wait. It's a school. Oh, that is a college. I was thinking that was a church. Thinking that was a church building at first. So let's destroy this school. Then we'll come in here and we'll take a look at an open school. Oh, so that will continue until next turn when it's demolished. So at that point we'll look at moving the research to a new location. Let's go take a look real quick through India. Do I have any armies that need more healing? Let's just double check up to the north. And there it is, up here in Kashmir, where we had a battle. We need to replenish our armies here so we can move them out. And we'll select all of them, we'll replenish all, and now the replenishment is getting done there. As far as being able to move our troops out, pretty soon. We'll just keep them there for another turn or so, and then we should be able to move them out. The next thing to do before we move on to our next turn is probably, after healing our things, is let's go do some big time upgrades, and one of those is back in our home continent and on our home port. I think we have a commercial basin here. Yeah, we can upgrade to a commercial basin, and that'll start eating up a chunk, spending 5,000 at a time. So we're going to upgrade our home port to a commercial basin as a first step. We're also then going to take a look at our European position here, where we have a dry dock, and we're going to see if we can't upgrade this building to a naval hospital. We can't do the steam dry dock yet because we don't have that research yet, but we can do just as well with the naval hospital in my mind. That'll get us up to being able to build the first-rate vessels also. So we're going to do that. And there goes our income really fast. We do have some ships here, so let's get them joined up with our main fleet up here, helping to guard our home port.
Aye, aye.
We need to keep our navy strong, because eventually I have a feeling this huge navy right here could become an issue. And we can only fit in 3 more ships at this point. I'm going to hold off and not build those 3, and then maybe once this construction is done, it'll take a little while, 5 turns, we can start building some first rates. How about that? I think we'll be the first one to the first rates by doing that. In fact, I think we're going to go over to the Americas too, because in case we end up doing battle with Britain, we're going to have to deal with things over here. And where do we have a dry dock over here? I got to refresh my memory. Now, it's not that far south. I don't think that we have one. Is this a port? That's a trading port. A fishery. Oh, wait, it's somewhere up here. Did we leave this as a port? Commercial basin. Dry dock is right there. Dockyard. So let's see if we can upgrade that to a dry dock, so we can upgrade our ships down in this theater in case we need it to stand up to the British in this theater. And there's that. And then really it's just a matter of, do I have any other armies that need healing? And I don't know that I have many over here. In the Americas that I'm aware of, no, not that I can see. We're going to keep moving north with this army. We're pretty well healed here. Let's go take a look on the continent. Do I have? We had done some battles down here, but everybody is recruited back to full strength. We're just not leaving the army there just in case. So I think we're in good shape. So why don't we just go through and take a peek on where we can potentially upgrade, and we'll just take care of it until we run out of funds. This school we don't have to. We got a port here we can upgrade. And we should have another commercial basin down here somewhere we can upgrade. We already got a lot of these upgraded. We can't upgrade them again until they're not under construction. A commercial basin will do one right there. And that mostly spends our money. I think that's good enough spending. And what we'll do is we'll just go through and get ready to our next turn. The only thing I want to double check, because I haven't been around to look at these guys in a while, we got one more turn. We're going to have a new court, a new cabinet to have to deal with here. I have a feeling they'll be voted out, because I think they've been here a couple terms, and usually the most I ever see any cabinet together is a couple terms. Our income is potentially solid, so let's just get going on to the next turn here for us. Okay, we have to decide right now, do we want to move against the Austrians here? And as far as the navies go, we outclass them all the way. So let's have ourselves a little naval battle, because it looks like they're going to come over here to try and break our blockade anyway. So let's just go out and attack. Okay, it's a wet day for us. Wet day for a naval battle, but then it is on water, so who cares if the water is on top of us or underneath us? We will still get this going. The wind is to our back, so we'll start right here in the center. I'll keep the 2-line formation, and we'll just group them each up, and we'll be able to get ourselves going. So here we go. Sails are dropping, sails are coming down, and hopefully if we can keep pace with each other on each side, we'll be able to hit them from both sides, centered in between us, and deal with them that way. And it looks like he's trying to maneuver, he's starting to turn, so we'll have to keep that in mind as we're moving forward. Coming out here just a little bit more. So he's trying to turn so he can catch some wind at some point as we gain, as we come close to combat. I think we're going to bring this line out just a little bit more. And the other fleets, we're just going to keep them flowing pretty straight on. He's probably going to get the first shot because of the way he's turned, but I think we will ultimately be able to overwhelm this fleet of the Austrians. So our vessel's mostly the 4th rates, his is mostly the 5th rates, so that should mean we're going to match up, and it's okay if we end up taking a volley or two. I think we will be fine. And the way he's turning, we could very well... He's going to try turning back to catch the wind also, is what it appears. There's the first shots that we're seeing of the battle. They're out range, so not a lot of significant damage coming from them. And we're going to be close. To coming around to be able to take our first shots over here on this side. But he's starting to turn back into the wind. There's our first volley against his lead ship. And you can see their hulls are already damaged to begin with. We're taking our first volleys on this side. And I think what I'm going to do is go to manual control on this side. We're going to break apart the grouping. These vessels going in the line on this side. Now we're getting some close range fire over here. We're going on his weak hull side because I'm seeing that hull meter go down rapidly. Start turning back into the wind. Nice volley onto us, but we're going to have nice follow volley here. And it's time for us to turn into the wind again here to keep our shots going this way. We're going to try turning in this way to get around or between these two vessels. Try doing the same over here. They're all turning into us, so as far as quantity of vessels, we're kind of outnumbered a little bit over here, but we're bringing it to their little vessel down here, the little brig. Poor guy's getting pounded by a 4th rate. And I think it's time to break away this group also. See how we're looking over here. We got this one breaking down, so the 5th rate is wavering. And it looks like he's surrendered, so we got to get some of our other vessels over into the play here. Take advantage of our numbers where we outnumber them here. And we've got this hull drastically weakened. Looks like our sails have been ripped apart just a little bit over here. So he's routing. He has not quite out of it yet. He has not quite surrendered yet. Let's see how we're looking over here. Pretty much over here, we pretty much have got to get over to support the battle over here. We get some stern shots here. Yeah, we're just overall outgunning them. On the outgunning them, and they came into this extremely weakened. We got to turn so we do not get a bow shot, or on our stern or on our bow over here. So we got to reorient ourselves. He is able to get a bit of a shot onto the stern. Oh, close range. That's just tearing apart his hull. And he just surrendered. So that should be the battle, unless this guy is still routing. He is still routing, so we need to get over in this direction. Oh, and it just ended. We're going to continue because we got this router down here, so we'll come back once we're able to, or not, chase him down. All right, we gained a decisive victory here. We were unable to catch up to this routing ship, so we'll see if it was able to get away completely or not here in just a moment. And we have a chance to capture, I believe they're probably the 5th rates. The brig we aren't going to capture. Why don't we take aboard, since we're talking about down in the Mediterranean, it's worthwhile taking on that vessel. Let's see, nothing according to this. 1 remaining, so apparently 1 will have escaped. But not according to this. They all went down. So Persia was able to squeeze through a vessel that we weren't aware of. Could have been down in one of the trade nodes. So what we're going to do is we are going to attack them with our massive fleet here. We're going to auto-resolve this one, however. Well, I take that back. We're not going to auto-resolve this one, although we will win the battle. I accidentally pressed the wrong button without paying attention, so there you go. Sometimes you get click carefree and then you don't do what you want. Let's just get this battle going. Let's get as many ships as we can here towards the front, going where we need them to go, so we can pick this guy off. I don't even need to get my whole fleet down there against his single vessel. It's just a Xebec after all. And as soon as we close in to start taking some cannonballs to his hull, we'll come on back. Okay, we're going to see some action here pretty quick. We're almost close enough. There we go. We're just about ready to come along with our big guns over here. Sails already becoming tattered over those 2 separate volleys alone. Small arms fire and point blank shots take their toll. And we'll just keep these guys sailing on by because we got more coming up. He's already routing. And we'll continue until we get the surrender. He's lost his mast now, and it should just be a matter of time. And there's our decisive victory. We finally got him to surrender. So much for late night recording sessions. All right, we got some new agents in the Windward Islands over in Spain. And we recruited a gentleman down in India is what it looks like. And we have some successful rake missions here. Let's just take a look at what a lot of construction still going on. We have a new port that's emerged, so let's see what we want to do with that. This is down in, well, the Panhandle is what it looks like. We're going to go with a fishery for helping with growth. At this point, we have the ports, enough trade ports, I think. We have a trait gained for battle, a brave sailor, +1 morale in battles. New town has emerged for us out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, okay, in Baluchistan. A new town has emerged. Let's go see what we're going to do. I think we're just going to go with the church school right off the bat, starting our conversion there. Another town has emerged way over here in near Upper Canada. And for here, what have we got? We've got a body house to help with morale. We've got furs, we've got this, we've got that. Let's take a look at what we're looking at in this. Mostly Protestant already, so we don't really need the church school. So we're going to go right along with the craft workshops. And species plantarum. And we're going to go ahead and skip this one. You can read it on your own if you want. I know I've been reading all these through the playthrough so far, but we are almost getting near the end. So we're going to change the format just so we can get to the end. You can read that if you want. Hit pause. All right, let's get back to India real quick. Up in Persia, we had some troops, some remnant troops kind of moving on our position, but we're going to take our army and we're going to get up here towards the capital of Persia. It does not seem to be held by a lot, although it seems to have a fairly decent garrison to go along here, and we do not have any artillery. So what we're going to be looking at doing is just sieging them out. I can't see us doing anything else without the artillery. So we're going to continue our siege. It's a 5-turn surrender. Most of what their defenses are, it shows a pretty good stack, but most of them are mortars. So yeah, we're going to try and bring them out of those walls to take away some of those mortars from them. We'll see if they want to surrender. And it's refused just because they have that quantity of mortars. So we're just going to siege these guys out. We're going to bring our rake over here a little farther in. See if he discovers anything on accident. While we're sieging. Now we're going to see if we can start moving troops south in India. All these troops from the north, we're going to see if we can start moving ourselves out. And we can move the majority of the troops, more than likely, out of Kashmir. So let's see. Whoops, let's see how many we can get away with. In fact, we'll start with all the full strength units and move them out. At least get them on the move. We can leave the colonial militia behind. And where is the best road going south? I guess it's by by coming over this way. So let's get the army moving. Order is still just fine. We'll wait for the rest to replenish and then we'll start bringing them down also. We have no building here. We're going to go with the... Well, what else do we have? Yeah, we're going to go with the church school to help with conversion. Let's see, in Punjab, we can probably take all the rest of the army out here. Yeah, and we're good to go there. And we'll keep this. Can we go a little farther? Yes, we can. Over here, where are we looking at? So we're actually able to take our full army out of Hindustan at this point, and that's just what we're going to do. We're going to come up here and join the armies out in the field. And we're barely maintaining control at this point without an army there, and that's fine by me. Weaver's Cottage. So what have we got? We have the church school, so we'll go with the coaching in to help with a little morale as we move our armies away. And up here, we have a church school in this area yet. It does not look like it. That's just what we're going to build. We'll build a nice fishery to help with our growth here, and we're going to take a look at our army. Looks like we might just be in position to be able to move everybody out. So we're gonna see about doing that over here. See if we actually can take them out and maintain order. Yes, we can, barely. We'll consolidate down here as we wait for the rest of the troops to arrive. And we have almost our first stack built up to go against 2.5 stacks over here in Mysore. So we'll probably initially have 2 full stacks. And eventually we'll be able to get that up to pretty much forces matching their own fairly quickly. We won't get the Persian force up. My goal is to take over that Persian capital, lose their access to the ocean, and then sue for peace and try to end the war up there and focus all our efforts down here. And so I think what we'll do is start building up in those areas back here that are not on the front and spending our infrastructure money there. In fact, let's do this. And we'll keep all our expenditures local. We're not going to upgrade any colleges at this time. And let's see, cotton or tea? Let's take a look. Cotton is 19, tea is 19, so it really does not matter. We'll go with the tea here. We'll upgrade the capital in this province. We'll upgrade the capital here. We just got a lot of funds to spend right now. And we're doing it via the upgrade. Since we don't have to worry about a lot of battles to contend with, we'll hold off in some of these areas from building up the manufacturing, because that could work against our descent a little bit and public order. we've got a long way to go, a lot of money to spend. We've been neglecting a little bit up here. We'll go with the fishery for growth. Just be total pro-growth up here. We do have to worry about these loose forces. They've made themselves known. I wish we could take our ships over here and bombard them, but such is not the case. We're going to see if they're going to help come up here to try and break our siege up here. They're not pushovers over here, over in Persia. Of course, they do not make such a threat that I fear them destroying an army, but they can wreak havoc if they decide to. We've been spending like crazy for so long, and we still have funds to spend. That's crazy. And I think that's a good amount to end with. So India has been tremendously upgraded here now. I can't think of anything else. We're going to have election next turn. We do have to set one of our schools that doesn't have training or research going, like Orléans. And we'll come over here to the one that we lost, and it is now back and being researched. So what do you know? We didn't overlook it. We didn't forget it. I'm just going to take a quick look through our list, see if we missed anything we want to take care of, and we'll be right back. Okay, we have the new gentleman in Hyderabad, and we're just going to send him to this school right here.
Niemand vermoedt iets. Aha, een bron van cultuur en kennis.
And I think we're just going to stop the blockade right here. Bring our fleet back to get repaired, just so we aren't hung out to dry by a surprise and get surprised by a fleet that can do some damage to us. So let's get back up here.
Orders?
And we will see about any repairs, if we can afford that many. And it looks like we can afford them all, is what it looks like. And we'll head back down to blockading after that. So I think we're pretty much ready and done for our next turn as we continue our relocation down to Mysore. So let's get moving on. All right, looks like our rakes have a series once again of successful missions. Except for this one, who was detected and captured and executed. Let's find out exactly where that was. So over here, not a super vital importance. We have an ancillary gained because we have a new cabinet, and we have election results. The hustings are over after 2 auspicious terms in office. The current government has stepped down. So we have some things to take care of in the cabinet, and see if we can start upgrading ministers, because they always deteriorate with a cabinet change. Justice Department would be nice to get someone better. Let's see if there's anybody. Management, and so that kind of washes each other out. Sommelier to lowers management. He has good management, so that cancels each other out. What are your skills? That would be good for treasury. So you do better in treasury, probably no better than this guy, and that's treasury. So and does our head of state have any special skills? No. Do you have anything special? Nothing to do with Navy. Well, you would be a little better in treasury, though, but you would not be better in Navy. So we're kind of stuck at the moment. Do you have think I would rather have this many stars be over here. So we're going to switch and have the strength in the Justice Department. We'll keep all the rest. We'll keep the Navy, and then we'll see about changing our cabinet initially for the Army. So we're going to give you the boot already. Welcome aboard and goodbye. Ah, we got a nice replacement. Let's see what he's got. +1 to management. He also would be good for justice, but not as good as this guy. So we'll keep him in the Army. So we'd already got our first upgrade. Now we'll look at our foreign cabinet members for the Americas and India next, because we're good enough up as the main cabinets in the home country. And the head of state is the one I deal with last. So there we go. So new national leader, yes. We gained some traits. Yeah, we looked at the various traits. We got some new towns emerging. And we'll come down here and build a craft workshop. Over here in France, what the heck do we need? I think we're going to, how's our, well, we're not too bad as far as public order here, so let's just go ahead and get some income right here with the smiths. And good construction again. And our income is solid again. Let's continue the move of our forces in India. Alright, we're going to keep moving south. We're going to take a look over here in Persia. See what we can see, what's moved. They're staying pretty static right now. Now they moved us. Yeah, so someone's there now, so they've reinforced the port. All we can do is blockade. They have decided not to come out against us still. So we're still there 4 more turns. So we still got our, they still got a ways to go before they can break out against us. So we're just going to continue the siege. Because I don't know that I want to go. Let's take a look at this army again. Let's choose everybody. We have a little more recruitment necessary to get us to 100% full strength. Nah. And now we gotta, that little mistake cost us another turn. Misclick heaven. Okay, we're gonna continue spending. And I think that's good as far as our spending for this turn. So I'm going to take a quick look through the lists and see where we're sitting. Okay, we got a little force here. We're going to continue moving north. And after that brief battle we had, we're going to move into this port here and see if we can't repair our ships. Did not take too much damage, so it's not going to take much. And we are ready for another turn, so let's get down in there and we'll see you on the other side. Okay, once again we got some successful rake missions. They haven't really moved, we just kind of have them in strategic locations, keeping an eye on the enemy. We gained some traits, so let's take a look in the cabinet, see if there's some individuals we need to deal with. But the traits may be on backup cabinet positions because nothing on this board has really changed. We're going to go first for India, see if we can get a better guy going here. So we're going to choose you and trade up, I hope. And we didn't trade anywhere. Increase to treasury. Increase to treasury, so absolutely no change there. We got a new town that'll merge right here. How are we looking as far as religion goes here? Catholicism. I guess we're going church school. And there is our construction, continues to be strong. Okay, let's get the armies on the move over in India. Yeah, we'll swing down here, cut on over, and we'll be ready with some pretty strong armies to make a move. I gotta figure out exactly where I want. I guess I'm gonna have this army come down here. So we have armies in different locations. I'm worried though, if they move in tandem against one of my armies, that could be a tough situation, a really tough situation. So we'll have to think about that one a little bit also. And how are we looking up in Kashmir? We just might be able to move the rest of our forces out of there. And we will keep the militia there. Let's just get a sense. Barely. Okay, we're able to get out of here and get moving, so that's good. We're not going to touch the army around the Persian capital. We'll just make sure nobody has relocated, looking like they want to try reinforcing and helping out there. We got our rake, which we've been moving across just to kind of check out the last remaining province over here to make sure there's no army up here we have to worry about too much. We have a little bit here. Nothing too major.
Hoe kan ik u van dienst zijn? Ik verdwijn in de schaduw.
Can't quite see up here. I think what we'll do is we'll take a look at any upgrades we can make over in this theater. A lot of it seems to be colleges, which we'll kind of avoid right now. As far as research goes, we're in good shape. But farmland, that's fair game. Alright, I think that's enough upgrades. We have one more army over in the Americas to finish its final shift. And then we'll take the next turn, and then we're going to be getting close to needing to call this an episode, time-wise. Unfortunately, no big battles, but a very important episode. And look at that, we are full strength. There's a 40-stack army right there, my friends. I think we're in good shape to be moving on New York when we get ready for that. We might as well do a little upgrading. Why not? Why don't we? All right, we are ready for our next turn. We'll see you on the other side. And we have ourselves a battle. It looks like not all the mortars are there that we had before. I swear we had quite a few more mortars, but they won't be able to come out on this offensive against us. And we got ourselves a little battle as they try to break the siege. That's what they're going to be trying, my friends. Looks like 5,200. They outnumber us, and they do have an artillery piece against us, something we don't have in their main army. So we'll have to be aware of that. We do have some answers for it with dragoons and a little bit of cavalry. It's not quite fully healed. We're heading to battle. We'll see you down on the battlefield. Okay, we have this kind of an L-shaped deployment zone. They have this square-shaped deployment zone. I don't see the city anywhere in sight, which is usually odd. Usually we have some indication of the town that we're sieging here. Oh wait, it's behind us over here. That's where it's considered. So there you go. This is totally outside of town, this battle. We do have a ridge that they could be up on. Who knows how they're going to set up, I guess. And we got to worry about reinforcements, more than likely coming from behind us from the city. So I think what we're going to do is set up over here to try and prevent ourselves from getting sandwiched. We'll be right back when we get that done. Okay, we're set up. We got a slight line over here to react to any reinforcements that may come that way. Otherwise, we have a double line formation, some depleted, to advance against the army that's attacking us. And we have our cavalry right here, what remains of it. We're going to put them over on the wings so they can ride out for any artillery that starts bombarding us. Let's get this thing going. And they're at a fair distance. Let's go find out where the artillery set up. And since they're attacking us, it is not entrenched at all. It is right there. It looks like they're getting ready to get moved and replace and reorient themselves. So what we're going to do is get moving. Okay, as far as reinforcements, looks like they're coming in a slightly from a slightly surprising direction. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our reserves and see about dealing with the reinforcements. At least delaying them, and then we're going to get our main army. Now that the artillery is placed and firing upon us, we're going to get ourselves moving. This group up here, we're going to take part of it and reinforce over here where the reinforcements are coming in, because I don't know that we have enough to stifle them. And then there's a couple more units that we will use as reserves for our advancing line. And the cavalry, let's see if we can get you on the move to get in position, because at some point they're a little bit exposed now. We got camel nomads here, so the camels are nearby. We're going to start bringing our mobile troops up this way to see if we can address the artillery. So everybody's on the move now, and when we start seeing action, what do we got here? The bowmen. Looks like that may be our first bit of conflict, except for the reinforcements coming in over here. We're going to beat us to our positions, and we're looking at musketmen here. So let's get set up, guys, here real quick. Let's run. Okay, we got the bowmen that we're probably tussling with. Have we got ourselves positioned? Let's get ourselves positioned quickly. And we do have other horsemen, or camels I should say, to worry about. But since they're distracted against our line infantry, we're going to charge right in and try and take out their artillery. So that nuisance is gone. We have engaged on both fronts. Unfortunately, we do have more reserves coming up. Kind of send most of them over to this side, so if we have the ability to, we can come up here and swing over, kind of box them in a little bit. And the bowmen did attack. They went melee on us, but they're breaking already, so we're gonna hold our line. We'll see about reforming. And let's take a look at our artillery that we have going on over here. Whoops, over here. have, of course, the camels have engaged, and we're probably we're looking a little boxed in. We did our job, though, getting rid of the artillery. We're going to see if we can break out away from the camels, although the camels are breaking also. Somehow we held tight against the camels in our depleted state. That's pretty crazy. But I think what we're going to do instead is we're going to disengage. They're broken, though. We got to keep up the pressure, or they will come back. I was going to try and get us arrested, but such is not the case. Now there are some cannon left also. We need to take care of those two pieces so they don't come back to start firing on us anymore. Now back to the line, which should be mostly under control. I would be surprised if we were not. Let's see if our reserves up here have arrived. Now they still got a ways to go, so I think what we're going to do is speed them up. There's not as far to go. They shouldn't get too tired. We got them up on the hillside now against us, so they have an advantageous position, and we need to get placed so we are not totally getting flanked here, because that won't bode well for us. Like we're shooting uphill. But we can at least continue the line here so they aren't totally flanked. Due to all this running, we're going to be just a little bit tired. Have to be aware the general's bodyguard is roaming around over here. Forces are hanging tough so far against their reinforcements. Wall so we can come against these guys here, and then we're going to be set. We got to worry about these bowmen on our flank down here, so let's bring our reserves up on this side. And our cavalry units have broken, because there's some other camel nomads that came back, I guess, support. Either the ones we were chasing down are stiffened their resolve, or something. So the bowmen are wavering, thank goodness. And they're closing in for melee is what's happening. What kind of forces are these? Musket men? We should be able to take them on. Let's do it. Against these forces, the armed populace, we are behind protected wall. What we're going to do here, start maneuvering to close in on these guys. And there's the armed populace. It's a little dangerous going against the armed populace this way. We're going to come in right here. Let's get our line formed. We're going to have a new line over here. Okay, we're driving off the bowmen here. And the forces that are up against us here are not a whole huge lot of threat. We do have musketeers on our flank. And I think we'll take these couple of regiments over here and address that directly. While they're doing this, We have the camel nomads retreating. We're going to move this line forward also to address these musketeers. And we're going to have forces here now that can help out with the reinforcements on this side. As a matter of fact, let's start swinging them over, because we see him in hand at this point. So we have armed populace mostly. They're going to be running in to do the melee combat with us, because that's their strength. They outnumber us, but we do have reserves and reinforcements reshifting, so that shouldn't be a threat for us either. Want to keep tabs over here. Yeah, we're lined up just fine against these two musket regiments. In fact, we can lay. Looks like we've got them in hand, so we're going to also bring, because the biggest force we have going against us is the armed populace. Let's bring some more reserves over in this direction. Yes. Yeah, we're going to start jumping in hand to hand here. That's what they want. That's what they're going to get. They may have thought they outnumbered us at first, but with our reserves coming in, we'll turn the tide. Peek back here, we're driving them off. Let's keep this wing advancing. Continue to outposition them. How about this way? And over here, it's just brute force. We do have some units folding and fading. We need to bring some more reserves in to help us out. We're showing signs of folding on this side, which is not encouraging. The sheer numbers of the armed populace, weak as they are outnumbering us, or overwhelming us just from the sheer numbers that we're up against. So we're going to bring this wing over also in melee. We've just about committed all our troops on this side. They don't have a lot more reserves, but they do have reserves coming in. So we're going to run up. Now that our troops are getting closer, we're going to run up some more melee troops to help us out and start turning the tide here. We seem to finally start holding on this side, and once that's done, we'll be able to move against the general's bodyguard. And we have them retreating and running away on this side. They're getting a fresh assault from there. We're starting to encircle them a little bit, and they're starting to fade here. Bloody melee. We have a heroic death from our own general, apparently. Not that we had an official general in this army, I don't believe. We're starting to falter a little bit under the weight of their continued reinforcements, but I think the reinforcements are done at last. We're starting to fade. We got them outnumbered here big time. Let's push in here so we can drive them off once and for all. There's no new threats showing up. We're holding here. We do have the rest of our battle-worn lines moving in this direction at a walk because they've been having their own battles on the other flank. And here comes the general charging in pretty soon, which tells you he's feeling it's near the end. He's got to throw his support in there. Okay, we finally got these musketmen here that have been hanging tough, going down under 200. Armed populace, armed populace, armed populace. Can't hold up forever. Oh wait, we don't want to move you out. So these musketmen have got to fall soon. Saying that about all of them in this melee. Bloody, bloody battle. These troops here are very tired, winded, tired, very tired. So they've been fighting hard. It's going to be hard to tell them to charge uphill to join this battle. Couple of these troops that have rallied. Why don't we see if we can't bring them around this way? We're the ones wavering, we're the ones faltering instead of these musketmen. These troops up even closer, keep them advancing. So if we do need to get their support at the end, they don't have to run too far. And finally the musketmen have faltered. What do we have here? Some more armed populace? Oh, these are, they rallied. That's why these armed populace are there. Get up here, let's form a line, guys. And you guys are very, very tired. You guys are exhausted. Get some shots off before they advance, yes. Let's try to wear them down that way. Now we're going to keep some of you moving around in a slightly different direction. So we have the option of coming in on different angles. And you've faltered, so we're going to bring another unit up. here, finally, some armed populace is faltering. We're going to focus in on their last remaining unit here. And we're going to start positioning these units up the hill so we can start coming in at different angles on these guys. The General's bodyguard. These guys from all these different angles. Finally they've broken. Now we're down to just the General's bodyguard, and these final armed populace have broken. And so has the General's bodyguard. He had no heart. You could tell he kept wanting to charge in and he never would commit. This should be ours. We're going to end the battle. Heroic victory there flashed up at the end. We still lost a lot of our men, half our men, although twice as many of them have fallen.
Vijandelijke vloot in aantocht!
Oh boy, here we go again. It looks like I'm trying to figure out what this is telling me. The only army, there's no reinforcing armies here, and we can assault against the mortars. Are we up to it? Do you think we can do it? This is going to be one hell of a long episode. Let's get in here and let's do it. Okay, we have the walls. Let's take a look and see if we have any breaches in these walls. They look intact, so really it's a matter of trying to spread ourselves out as best we can. We're going to have mortars pelting down upon us. The only good thing is we outnumber them by far. We just have to hope we can hold up. And overwhelm them before the mortars can pound us into submission. Some of these units are so small, so worn down. All right, let's get this going. Oh, they're outside the walls. So we don't have to worry about coming into the walls. Get these troops coming over here. Oof. Dangerous mayhem. Oh boy. Fortunately, we have our cavalry getting in here to start knocking out these mortars ASAP. Come on, guys, let's just charge in here. And the rest of them are heading in. So we got to send ourselves forward to the walls so we can take the city. Since that's where they're retreating to. Generals killed. He must have been part of the mortar team. Need to take the walls fast. Okay, they aren't going inside the walls. Looked like they were trying to get into the walls, so instead we will advance. We're going to start everybody just climbing the walls quickly before they have a chance to do anything about it. They are inside the interior. They own the gates, so we can't follow them through the gates, I would not think. Let's just get up and over the walls. With every soldier we've got, let's get up and over these walls. Okay, it says we have these walls. Are we going to be able to come through those walls now? Let's find out. We're getting through the walls now, even though most of us are committed to climbing these walls. Fire, lads, get in there, start shooting. Looks like they are all, no, musketmen, yet they're acting like they are going to charge on in. Bring our cavalry around here to charge in their rear. Fading, so we need to get more troops down in the center. And overpower them with our numbers. Attack right in here. And once again, we have a melee mess going on. Broken over here. And they're fading almost everywhere. We have this in hand finally at last. Let's end. Alright, we definitely have wiped them out for the most part. And we've gained military. We're not going to go through all these. We've had our successful rake missions. Boom, 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 boom. What I want to take a look at is over here. And let's get up to Persia. So we're still embattled here. So join me next time. We're probably going to do this battle. Unfortunately, we can get over the walls pretty quick, but unfortunately we have reinforcements coming at us, and all of a sudden we may be outnumbered, and this we may not be able to take it. Join me next time to see if Persia ends up being the big time thorn in our sides. One thing I'm going to do here is we are going to try and reinforce as we can, as best we can, but it's going to be too little too late. Wow, this is savage over here. So this is ZigZagZog signing off from somewhere in this world. I hope you enjoyed the battles. Some that were forced on us at the end, but they proved interesting, to say the least. Thanks so much for watching, and I do hope to see you next time.